Hello, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Jessica Abella. I am a tax accountant in the greater Seattle area. And today we are going to look at some of the top updates for Washington state agencies. It's been a little bit since we've checked in and it is the end of the year. So there are definitely some updates to take a look at. So the first agency that we will look at today is Washington State Cares. This program had an initiative on the ballot that voters did not approve. So there have been no changes to Washington Cares heading into 2025. Nothing to worry about there. Washington paid family medical leave. The only change really is that premiums are going up a bit for January 1st. If you are an employer and you are a small employer, less than 50 employees, note that this impacts your employees, but it does not impact you as an employer. But all employees, this does impact you. The premium was about 0.53% of your wages. Now it's going to be about 0.66% of your wages. So the difference is from about $265 a year to $330 a year if you make $50,000 a year. Keep in mind that if you are self-employed, you can opt into this program as someone who is just coming out of medical leave and having taken advantage of some of these benefits. It's definitely worth considering, especially if you know that you've got an event coming up. Labor and Industries is our next agency to check in with. Heading into January 1st, Washington State's minimum wage will go up to $16.66 an hour, but if you are an employer, be really careful about what cities your employees are working in. City of Seattle's minimum wage is going up to $20.76 an hour. City of Everett voters just passed an increase to minimum wage in the City of Everett. Note that the biggest change is for biggest employers. So in the City of Everett, starting July 1st, so not January, but July 1st, large employers with over 500 employees will need to be paying $20.24 an hour. If you have 15 employees or more, the minimum wage will be $18.24 in Everett. If you're under 15 employees, there's nothing you need to do at this point. Labor and Industries is also busy detecting fraud. There have been a number of press releases where they have caught people claiming Labor and Industries workers' comp benefits when they truly could be working. They are also busy issuing fines to businesses who are not taking the safety of their employees seriously. So definitely do your part as an employer and don't commit fraud if you are not. Washington State Department of Revenue has a few things going on. Sales tax, there was an initiative on the ballot to increase the sales tax. That did not pass, but if you are a business that is charging sales tax, the tax rates do change for various localities quarterly, so it's always best to double check Washington State Department of Revenue's website or their app if you are doing sales for a particular area. Make sure you know what the current rate is for that. The Washington State capital gains tax also falls under Washington State Department of Revenue. That one was also on the ballot and also failed, so there have been no changes to Washington State's capital gains tax. Definitely something to keep in mind if you will be selling a substantial amount of stock. It does go up a bit every year for inflation, but really over $250,000 in profit, you'll want to be doing some tax planning. Washington State also is having a little bit of a change to estate taxes. So we're not going to get into it here. It would take much more time than I have in this video, but if you are part of a married couple, so your spouse passes away and you are handling their estate, if your personal residence or their personal residence is a substantial portion of the estate, there are some new rules about whether or not an estate tax filing is required or if it should be filed anyway. There's some great examples on the Department of Revenue website. The bottom line really with this one though is that if you are helping to administer an estate, definitely seek professional advice to navigate those changes. And that is the rest of Washington State's updates for today. Any questions, anything that you think I missed out on? Hopefully we'll have some federal tax law changes early in the year so that we can plan appropriately for the changes that we know are coming heading into 2026. But for 2025, I hope that you're getting some last minute tax planning in. Let us know if you have questions or recommendations for future videos. I would love to hear them. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next week.